Hey everybody, and welcome to Joker's Wild Side. I am Lobo,
I'm Jax.
and today we got a special episode. We have the NFL Honors Awards. They're going to be here released soon. We're going to give you our opinions and our choices on who should win. Um, but first of all, want to congratulate everybody on a great season on the NFL. We obviously enjoyed most. There were some crappy games. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Uh,
crappy teams. Panthers.
I mean, we butchered them enough during the season.
No,
Um,
I got to make sure I hammer it home
a little
right
bit more.
here.
We should add another category, worst team. There's only one on there. Uh, but regardless, and congratulations to the 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs who made it to the Super Bowl. As much as we didn't want to see the Chiefs there, but they're there again. Their Chiefs are still the same Chiefs. So,
hmm
um, let's go. Let's start off right off the bat, man. Um, we're gonna start off with the Comeback Player of the Year. I think it's a positive award, as some of these might have had injuries or whatever going on that they did not do well last year, did not play last year,
hmm
and this year they hit it out of the park. Um, let's go over quickly a few of the names. We got Joe Flacco from the Browns.
He helped them get basically to the playoffs. He
Mm-hmm.
joined what mid-season,
About. Mm-hmm.
and Browns were doing not that good. The second that his name was added to the roster, bam.
Yeah, they were just okay.
hmm
Um,
They weren't losing many games, but they weren't winning many games.
exactly. Next, we got Damar Hamlin, the Bills safety. We all heard the story. Last year, it was a big thing. They canceled the game because of it.
hmm
If you want to alliterate a
It
little bit.
was the Cincinnati Bengals game on January 2nd of last year. We're talking, he was 2 weeks away from playoffs, and he almost lost his life on the field.
Yeah.
And he came back to the Bills and continued to play.
Yeah, I played well this year, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Very, very well. Uh,
dedication.
exactly. And the next three kind of go in the same category of last year they were either injured or did not play well. And they came back stronger this year. Baker Mayfield, Matthew Stafford, and Tua Tagovailoa.
With Baker Mayfield and Matthew Stafford, you basically have almost the same thing going on with them, where um, Baker Mayfield led the Bucks to the playoffs, and Matthew Stafford basically did the same thing with the Rams.
Hmm.
So, did they benefit from these two being on their team? Most likely.
Yes, definitely. And then Tua Tagovailoa had, I think, four or so concussions last year, plus or minus. There's debates on some of them, specifically from the Tua's camp. But regardless, this year, one, he played lights out, and two, zero concussions this year. So he definitely improved a lot.
hmm
Um, to me, there's only one clear winner,
hmm
and for me, I think you agree with me. We talked about this. Damar Hamlin from the Bills, the safety. I mean, if you want to talk about coming back,
Man came back from the dead.
he was dead on the field. So you can't come any further than that. So he is our comeback player of the year. Uh, I hope that nothing like that ever happens to anybody else, because that was
Mhm.
everybody was scared out of the mind for him. So
Oh yeah.
I could just imagine his family and friends how they would have felt. But he is the comeback player of the year in my opinion. My humble, not so humble opinion. Next, we're gonna go to offensive rookie of the year. This one is kind of a runaway, but there's a few players worth mentioning. Um, there's Jamar Gibbs from the Lions, running back. He played really well for them. And then we also got Sam Laporta from the Lions, the tight end. That you had some.
Yeah, he basically carried the offense, and Lions offense did pretty freaking well.
Mhm.
I mean, it brought them. I'm not going to say that the offense was specifically what brought them to the playoffs and even going against the 49ers here.
Yeah.
But
They were one game away from the Super Bowl, and
yeah,
a lot of it was due to Sam Laporta. He played extremely well. Uh, Also like him, but in a different position, Puka Nakua from the Rams, wide receiver, had a great year. He was a good number two for the Rams, number two receiver. He in moments when they needed him, he was one of the guys that would go and get it. So great for him. Also, Bijan Robinson, Falcons running back, played very well. Unfortunately, the Falcons did not make the playoffs. The rest of the team were on and off. And then quarterback for the Texans, C.J. Stroud.
He broke the freaking news, man.
Yes, no shit. Uh, I mean, do you?
I don't think that there's any contest here.
Yeah,
CJ Stroud taking it away.
agree, 100%.
Yeah, he broke the news. He
Yeah,
broke the internet. Everybody, Texans. He started playing and he took it away.
I mean, he brought the team to the playoffs after sucking so bad. Like, they were the worst team in the NFL last year. Not only that, he had the best rookie starting year ever in the NFL. 100+ years in the NFL, he has the best one this year.
Nice.
So he has to be the offensive rookie of the year, without a doubt.
Hopefully, we see better things from CJ Stroud.
I mean, he has the right mentality for it. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking he will. But regardless, he is the runaway offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
For this defensive rookie of the year, I had a little debate with myself because I wanted to go with the more popular names and the names I'm more accustomed to because of the specific games I saw.
But it's rookie of the year.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I think there's only one that we really could talk about. I mean, overall, like Jalen Carter was with the Eagles. He made a big impact, helped them defensively. Uh, Will Anderson Jr. also with the Texans helped a lot, and then Joey Porter Jr., who is the son of Joey Porter, who has a Super Bowl championship with the Steelers, also with the Steelers, had a decent year. But we got to give it to one guy who, as far as what we could see from all these rookies of the year, considered defensively at least, he was the more productive one statistically.
Yeah, we have Kobe Turner and the Rams defensive tight end.
Yeah.
He just had an excellent year, proving himself essentially.
Yeah, I mean anything in every category we try to see, he pretty much destroyed everybody except interceptions, because defensive tackles is kind of hard for them to get interceptions. But other than that, he destroyed everybody else in that list. Moving on straight to assistant coach of the year.
Yes.
I know where you were going with this.
Whole jokes behind all that.
There was a lot, specifically offensively this year. We had Ben Johnson, Lions offensive coordinator. We had Mike McDonald, Ravens defensive coordinator. Todd Mankin, Ravens, I think I pronounced that right. Ravens offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. So we got both from the Ravens, but the last few years they've had great defense and great offense, or at least adequate.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like, maybe.
I feel like, I mean, for assistants coaches and especially the offensive coaches, you have two names that really stand out that basically rewrote their entire offense, and that's Ben Johnson and Bobby Slowick. I know how to write it. I can't say it.
Ben Johnson's Lions offensive coordinator, like I mentioned, and the Texans offensive coordinator, Bobby Slowick. Like you said, they really coming from struggling franchises where they could not get to the playoffs. Lions did okay last year, but missed the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans, like we said, worst team in the NFL, and they were a few wins away from the Super Bowl. So these are the only two I see, like you said, that are deserving of it. To me, the same position as C.J. Stroud, I have to give it to Bobby Slowick, as he brought that team completely around.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So I mean, they all did a great job, but Bobby just turned that team upside down. They almost got him to a Super Bowl.
Not a lot of contests there.
Yeah, exactly. So with that, we're gonna go to the Offensive Player of the Year. This one is a little tighter just because offensive run the NFL.
Yeah.
So we're gonna run through this. Tyreek Hill, Dolphins wide receiver, known as the Cheetah.
Oh, he fesses, boy.
Dude, whenever they need a quick score, throw it out there. He will find his way to the ball.
He moved.
Yes, he can move. Lamar Jackson's Ravens quarterback. I mean, what more can we say? Every time we see him, he is a highlight reel. As you said, dual threat earlier. Uh,
Yeah.
it is very hard to stop him. Somehow,
I mean, shoot, he's able to run and pass, and we saw in the playoffs that he was able to pass to himself and run
yes,
it.
I forgot about
It
that.
was only 13 yards, but
Did
he
it?
did it.
Yes, exactly. CeeDee Lamb, who had a great year with the Cowboys. Um, Christian McCaffrey, who, as we all know, he's a 5 tool player. He has it all, dude. He has power, he has speed, he could catch, he could throw, he could run down your throat. Man, and that
Mm-hmm.
rhymed, and I didn't mean that. And then Dak Prescott, who's this year's, on paper at least, is his best year to date. Um, but to me, like I said, the only one that deserves it is the 5 tool player himself,
Mm-hmm.
Christian McCaffrey. I did not mean to make it rhyme, but it rhymed, and that is true. So he gets it. Not to mention, I think without him, they still have other weapons, but the 49ers,
Wouldn't have made it as far as they did.
I don't think so either. He's one that he has a. The 49ers have a lot of weapons,
Mm-hmm.
but he is one of those that anywhere you put him, he will be dangerous.
Yeah, having him as a multi-tool is
Mm-hmm.
nice to be.
And that's not an offense to McCaffrey. We're not calling you a tool. We're calling you extremely useful and dangerous for any other team.
Mm.
That's what we're meaning by that.
If I had to hit anything, I would say Lamar Jackson. And the biggest part is he's able to toss to himself. It only happened once, but
he was a close second or third.
Yeah.
But I think McCaffrey definitely proved his worth 2 times over this year. So now we're gonna go to a little bit of we'll get to it. Defensive player of the year. Okay. This one I'm choosing specifically biased. 100% biased. But we're gonna go over the nominees here. We got Myles Garrett from the Browns, defensive end.
He's just a physical beast,
Yes.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you say? He's the next The Fridge?
No, I think he's the next Greek god. I mean, he's chiseled out of granite.
Some boom,
Dude,
boom,
if
fire power.
there's videos online of him playing basketball without his shirt on. Dude is still 200 somewhat pounds, ripped, jacked, and dunking on fuckers. So he is a beast, like you said, a physical specimen indeed. And then he likes to mess around on the line. As there's that footage of him getting ready to rush, and he's like crossing people over and just destroys them as soon as they
Hey,
step.
sometimes it's a mentality game.
A lot of it is, yeah. And he definitely mind fucks them for sure. Next, we got Michael Parsons, Cowboys linebacker, did very well this year. Unfortunately, some of that light was taken off by another defensive player nominee, Darren Bland, Cowboys cornerback, who had 9 interceptions, what I think is a tie or the new record for it. Wasn't really able to look beforehand. But
It's definitely not an easy stat to check.
no. But I mean, he had one of the best years as a cornerback. 9 interceptions. I think he had multiple pick sixes. He took it back to the house. And then we have T.J. Watt, the Steelers linebacker.
He's able to sack out, find the quarterback, and just eliminate them.
Yeah, I mean, he's a sack machine, definitely. And then the winner for me, like I said, I'm being extremely biased on this one. We were only one nominee, so I'm taking it. Max Crosby, the Raiders defensive end, will be my defensive player of the year. Not just because he's a Raider.
Mm-hmm.
He is an endless tank of energy. He has gas for days, and I'm not talking about farts, okay?
He's able to go,
Yes.
continue going,
Mm-hmm.
not stop going, and then when you think he's done, he
It,
still picks you up and throws you to the ground.
yeah. A thing that's been helping him that we've been seeing during the year, them talk about that during the off season he trains with MMA fighters to keep that gas up, to keep that tank deep, so he could go in overtime and keep playing like he played the first snap.
Definitely a fanboy.
You talk about me or you?
Yeah, you.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a Raider fan. What do you think I was gonna do? Not give it to him?
Not even wearing your Raiders hat.
No, I'm not, because I didn't want to be too obvious. To be honest with you, if there was a Raider in all of these, I might have picked the Raiders and everything. But that's 100% biased. But this is the only one that is completely biased on that one. So Max Crosby would be the defensive player of the year in my eyes. Okay. I guess they don't agree.
Message heard. You guys didn't hear it. There was some stomping.
Yeah, someone didn't agree. Moving on to Coach of the Year, we got quite a few, but the top nominees are Dan Campbell from the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the Lions in that's 30 years without winning a playoff game. Finally in the playoffs and one game from the Super Bowl. We got Ryans from the Texans. Like we said with all the other Texans, from dead last to almost making it to the Super Bowl as well.
Complete turnaround for the team.
Yes.
Now we need to see that with the Panthers.
Okay. We won't see that.
Not specifically saying that I'm rooting for the Panthers, but it'd be nice.
We like to see improvement.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Don't like to beat anybody down for too long. They just get an entire year of smack.
Yeah, exactly. We got John Harbaugh from the Ravens, who again is on the playoffs. We got Kyle Shanahan, who continues to be an offensive genius, getting their team to the Super Bowl after 4 or 5 years of missing out. Last year specifically, where they had no quarterback really to play. To me, there's only one. That the other ones have been good coaches for a while, except DeMeco Ryans and also Kevin Stefanski from the Browns. But to me, for being one game away, and not to mention 3 points away from the Super Bowl,
30-year turnaround.
Yes, it's Dan Campbell from the Lions. I mean, he not only got into the playoffs, he switched that whole franchise around. He got, I mean, everything he's done has been great.
We got to look out for the Lions next year coming out the gate.
It's not going to be as easy as he said on his press conference that their schedule's going to get harder. It's much harder to repeat the same success years after years. You got to get very lucky with injuries and stuff like that. But to me, he is a coach of coaches, as the whole team is behind him. They love him, and I agree with them as he is the coach of the year, in my opinion. Now, the main category that everyone wants to talk about, everybody loves, MVP of the 2023-24 season. We got, I'm going to run through them. You want to interrupt me when you're ready to jump in. All right, we're going to start off with Lamar Jackson, Ravens quarterback.
Already talked enough about him.
Yeah, I mean, dual threat. He throws and catches to himself. Jesus Christ. That's a feat not many quarterback has done. We got Josh Allen, Bills quarterback. You have anything to say? I mean, I know that's a little biased because you're...
I'm basically a Bills fan.
Yeah.
I'm not going to claim that Bills are my only team that I go for. But Josh Allen, I mean, he's got... Not saying that he has the best stats, but 50 touchdowns is pretty tasty looking.
Tasty indeed.
And, you know, the Bills, not saying that they would be nothing without Josh Allen, but they would definitely suffer without him.
Yes, 100, agreed on that one. Next one is Christian McCaffrey from the 49ers, the running back, the offensive player of the year that we gave out to him. What can we say that we already haven't said?
Multi-tool.
Exactly. Dak Prescott, Cowboys quarterback, as we mentioned as well. On paper,
statistics.
Thank you. Show that this is his best year by far.
Specifically, his best year.
Yeah, his best year. And then Brock Purdy, 49ers quarterback. I mean, really, from going from Mr. Irrelevant, from last pick of the draft, to leading his team and now starting in a Super Bowl. Forget all the doubters and all those people talking smack. He's proved himself the last 2 games in the fourth quarter, or third or fourth quarter, they were down. Guess what he did? Brought him back and won the games. If that's not a quarterback that you want on your field, I don't know what the hell you want.
It looked like 2 different teams during the Lions game.
Yes, it's a tale of 2 halves, really. But to me, really, we talked about this before. Brock Purdy, without him, they still have other weapons they could rely on. They could probably do a backup and have them just really hand off the ball and do stuff.
Would the 49ers be where they're at without Brock Purdy? That's where I question Brock Purdy being MVP.
I think possible.
Yeah.
Possibly.
They could still make it to where they are, but it would have been a lot harder of a battle.
Yes.
Or other people would have had to not necessarily work harder because that insinuates that they didn't try hard enough.
Agreed.
But
that people would have to step up for sure.
mhm.
To me, there's only two really that would be struggle a lot if they weren't on there. One being Lamar Jackson, and the other one is my pick for MVP. Bills quarterback Josh Allen.
He's crazy.
I mean, the stuff he does, he is a gunslinger, as they call him in the NFL. He just throws it recklessly at times.
Sometimes it's very reckless,
Yeah.
but risk reward, baby.
100%. But regardless, he is our MVP and of this 2023 season. Do you have anything else you would like to add?
I'm excited to see and get prepared and watch all the training camps for coming into this next 2024-2025 season.
There we go.
Let's see how everybody does.
Yeah. Well, guys, tell us what you think, if you agree or disagree to what we said of our picks for the NFL Honor Awards. But other than that, thanks for watching. Join us. Remember, Mondays and Fridays for Joker's Wildside Corners, and any live stream. Look us up on social media. We'll keep you locked on that.
Check us out on Twitch. That's where we do our live streams Mondays, Fridays, generally starting 6:30 Mountain Standard Time.
There we go. And finally, remember to be grateful for the stuff you have. Be grateful for the great NFL season we had. Also be grateful for the problems we don't have. It could always be worse. But I've been Lobo.
I've been Jax.
And this was Joker's Wildside Corner. See ya.
See ya.